Dinosaur.
Okay.
Rawr.
Okay.
Rawr. Dinosaur. Yeah, dinosaur. But
Dinosaur.
dinosaur. Just fucking your show, dinosaur. Why is everyone here for a tank talk? It's because it's episode 3, man. Like they want to join in. They want to know what we're talking about today. What are we talking about today, Renegade?
We are talking about a lot of things. Well, not a lot of things. A few things.
A lot of things that aren't,
Cheats.
yeah, that aren't the before the season. Like this is probably my favorite like thing to do for tank talk. I think the reaction. I don't know. It's exciting, but I think as far as content goes, it's like it drags. It drags a lot because this doesn't feel like a to-do list. This feels like a community addressing. Like we get to sit down and talk about what the community is up to. Whereas before, it feels like there's all this stuff to do. To boot, we got some infinity butt cheeks. We got a lot of tanks here.
Oh, damn! I was about to fucking get them. Oh yeah, we actually have. Oh, not anymore.
Yeah, just Jeff.
Yeah, we've seen a couple Groots in here.
Yeah, one that ruined our shot. Today on Tank Talk, we'll be talking about the pros thinking that Devil Dinosaur ruins the integrity of the game, the new hackers being banned and erased from our servers, finally, once and for all. Some great things that the rival team has done, like updating the new Daredevil skin to be more comic book accurate, and much more. Welcome, true believers. This is Tank Talk. I'm your host, G33. I'm joined by my co-host,
Renegade.
What are we doing today, Renegade? Are you excited? Excited to talk about?
I am most excited, G.
Okay, alright. We've got a mantis-sized mantis as well joining us. That's pretty cool.
Oh, hell yeah. Heck yeah, Mantis. Look at
Lore
you,
accurate.
Mantising around like
Well,
a Mantis.
Not even lore
Oh,
accurate.
oh, she hops.
What do you want to talk about first? Like, there is actually a lot more to talk about where it's not just content.
Did we talk about the cheating first? I feel like that's like a really big thing. It's the thing I'm most excited about with all these changes. With all these new bits.
Marvel Rivals has handed out permanent bans to nearly over 500 players caught cheating, and the breakdown is pretty hilarious. A total of 488 accounts were permanently banned. This was like the day of. It's actually gotten a lot higher since. The funny thing is... Carry on.
Sorry, yeah, I was gonna say that. I saw for the first video I saw about the bans and stuff. There was like one point. The system is currently banning the people that have already cheated in the past, instead of like setting up a new system and then banning the people that cheat from then on.
Yeah, but the thing is, with the 488 accounts that were permanently banned at the start of the culling, 184 of them were sitting in bronze, and then only 3 made it to one above all. NetEase also shut down rumors that players could bypass the anti-cheat system through the launch settings, confirming that this was not possible. The company also warned that repeat offenders could face harsher punishments down the line, including hardware and IP bans.
So only 3 cheaters in top 500, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, now 184.
The rest were in bronze.
Out of the 488, so like round about just under 25% or over, somewhere along there, but like a majority of them were in bronze. The rest
so many cheaters that are just spread around. I mean, among how many hundreds of thousands of players playing, like, but still, that's like so many fucking cheaters in the metal ranks, and that's stuck in metal ranks.
Do you have?
How do you stay there?
How do you stay there? They basically throw games. So they'd hack a game, then throw a game.
But why?
Because they don't want to get caught.
It makes no sense. If they can win, they can just climb up by cheating. I don't understand.
Because they get caught, though. The idea is that they want to use cheats and they want to use hacks without anybody noticing. So the only people that aren't going to notice if they're using hacks or not is bronze players.
That is such a... what? That is so messed up. I can't believe that.
Alright, let me get the official announcement from Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals put out a penalty announcement for a zero tolerance of cheats about 4 days ago. Oh, damn, bro. Wait, did they out? They outed everyone. They didn't even give full names or like user IDs, but they basically addressed. I've just got a list of people that were world banned. Can we not get a proper UID? That would be really good to just watch a hacked game, a hackering game.
Yeah.
Yeah, majority of these players are in bronze just so they don't get caught.
That's insane.
I think they outed them with a list though, that's crazy. Below in this list, permanent banned accounts from this wave includes all forms of cheating and exploit players. But yeah, no, it's fine. It's good that they're finally addressing it. And also, like, what they've done throughout the history of the game to reduce throw-in has helped.
Yeah.
I still think it's
Definitely.
bullshit that as tanks we get less points, though.
It seems like, well, not progression system, the point system basically for the tanks. I feel like it works differently to the others.
Well, it's not even just that. It's like because we get less points and we have to do just as much. We don't take it for advantage as much as the DPS and heal players would. A bit more to get the points that we've lost back compared to a DPS that does really good on one game loss and then does really good on one win. Because they're not going to lose as many points for doing well on the loss, and then they're going to gain more points for getting on the wins.
Healers are definitely, I would say healers are. I think we've already made this point before, to be fair, but they are probably the most important part of a team in this game, the healers.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't know. Would you say that DPS Luna is broken or like bullshit, or do you think she is the only one that actually knows what it means to be a strategist?
She is a straight up DPS who has really good healing. Like she literally is both of those categories. Like she's as strong as Hela, probably stronger with the headshots.
Yeah, but without a tank, she's not.
But she.
I don't think without like I think it's really good. Yeah.
Like if you've got if you've got a good Luna, I mean, I guess you can sort of say the same about every character. Though. Like if you've got a really good character, you can pretty much like deal with anyone. But I don't know, something about the really good Lunas that I've seen that like flank the back line and stuff. They become DPS Luna. It's like it's so easy for them. If you can aim well and you play Luna, you can almost be unstoppable. Almost every single one of her side abilities as well. Not, side abilities, I guess. Like that isn't her primary ability. Heals herself as well. Like she's got her own snowflake. She has the clap. She's got the if you hit with the freeze. All of those things do extra health for her.
Yeah.
And if you can aim really well, then you are almost sorted, especially from a distance. So characters like Blade and Wolverine can be less of a problem if you catch onto them at a distance.
Agreed. From one star to another, though, the dinosaur in the room. We'll talk about the new character first because he's shaken up quite a lot of the pro play. They think that the game's becoming ridiculous and like unserious, and that these underrated characters like Jeff and Devil Dinosaur don't belong in the game for like what they want.
They think they were gonna get a game about a universe that has superheroes and superpowers and rockmen, and they thought they were gonna get a completely serious competitive game.
It's not that they thought they were going to get a very serious game. It's not that the fantasy element makes it unserious. It's about the idea of that the way that some of these characters play are fun compared to like skill. I mean, I think Devil Dinosaur takes a bit of both, but I think it's the simplicity of characters, and so it doesn't. It means that new players or like new characters can't show as much skill expression as like previous characters that they've played.
I can agree to some aspect because I have seen it before where it's just been a dog walk and the no skill has been needed. Even when I've been trying to learn Devil Dino and I've just absolutely dog walked the enemy team and I've kind of learned nothing. I've only ever really learning things in sticky situations.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, like, if you take my
I think
example
it is
for
kind of a
Jeff as well in
well.
Annihilation, is that took no effort. I was just hosing them down, and like, I think that's what they're getting at is that they don't want the easiness of like some of the kits, because like, I mean, even some simple kits can allow more skill expression. It just depends on the player.
People have been complaining about how easy it is to use Penny since day one.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean,
How easy it is to get kills as her and stuff like that. Like the amount of videos I've
she's got
seen
the
on
highest
like
win rate
be
in the
getting
game.
easy kills with Penny and all the new tactic, like that tactic of I don't know if you've seen it, but the tactic of putting down Penny mines and then using Devil Dino to put someone inside the mines,
I think
grabbing
Penny's a
them and then
bit
put them inside
different.
it.
I think Penny's a bit different from Jeff and Dino based on the fact of so like she's got the highest win rate in the game, but the reality of that win rate is based on the fact of people find her annoying. I don't think people find Devil Dinosaur and Jeff as annoying as they find Penny. Like I think Penny fits in Squirrel Girl territory, which is like there is you can do a lot, but you don't need to do a lot to be able to get value. It's like
Yeah,
this the simple fact
yeah,
that you
both of
can
those characters.
absolutely
Well, Jeff, I do think Jeff kind of also does fit into that category as well, because all of them can just stand still and get value
yeah,
while
that's
holding a
true.
button.
That is true. Devil Dinosaur can't do that though, so that's where the pros are wrong in that retrospect. That he can't stand still and just spam one button. Like Penny, you
Yeah,
can just sit in your nest and then just spam the front line with the web trap and mines. Squirrel Girl, obviously, I don't need to say anything there. Like you can literally just find points to rebound and not even be seen, and Jeff can just hose from like the point up into the front line no matter how far you push, especially on like maps like Clintar.
yeah. Could you count Rocket in that?
No, no, no.
Because
I
his
wouldn't say. I'd say
ones, I wouldn't have thought so, but he technically kind of can. Like, you know, if he gets into one of his little rat spots and then just heals the whole thing, he can heal from one side of the map
yeah,
to
but
the
the
next.
orbs aren't as predictable
Yeah,
as like the penny acorns or the no penny acorns,
yeah.
Squirrel Girl acorns or Jeff Stream. It's business. Like I don't think you're gonna get the maximum amount of people playing this game if you just have entirely serious characters. They're gonna do well in pro play.
Yeah, most of the fan base for this game is casual players.
Exactly. And so
Like a very large
casual
majority.
players aren't gonna find fun what pro players find fun. But in that retrospect, like you can't. Some characters should be able to like have so much versatility and skill, but then some just have to be plain dumb and simple.
I mean, I assume that these are Devil Dino's powers, that he can shoot a beam out.
Yeah, but I
So
think that that's just to satisfy
I don't
us.
see the issue that these, it seems like a baby issue that these competitive players are having. That they just, they see all these mixtures of like, I mean, Guna skins don't help. And then there's like a dinosaur that's not really well known. It's just come out of to them because they don't know the comics and the characters. That it's just some weird dinosaur that they've never heard of before, and they've got all these wacky powers, and it's really overpowered. To them, it's silly, but they're playing a game where this character exists in this universe, and it's actually if they've been paying. I mean, I don't know if they've been paying attention to the lore, but it's a multiversal event that's been happening. So almost every single character within the Marvel universe will eventually join this roster. That's probably the plan of NetEase.
I don't
So I
think
don't understand why
it's
these people are having all these issues. Like this is going bound to happen. If they didn't want this to happen, then
yeah,
I
but
mean, why are they
pros are
playing the game?
basically because they're saying that essentially why the pros believe this is because they want more mainstream characters that are more well known. But the fact of the matter is,
We already have so many
I
mainstream
know,
characters,
I
and
know.
they've even been given bans. They've given
But do you
people
want to know
that could get
why?
a third fucking. they get a third ban to be able to get rid of these silly characters that they want to get rid of and stuff. If they want it to be really serious, they can do that.
The characters don't get recognition, so they need to find a way to sell the characters in Rivals that will sell more comics, get the character into more TV shows, get them into more mainstream movies. Like, it's to promote the creativity that's already been done, but what hasn't been noticed. So, like, that's what I mean. Like, they're using, like, I think Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl are probably a bad example of like lesser known characters. But as far as like the MCU
I
fans,
think they are lesser known characters. I mean,
but
to be
compared
fair,
to Jeff, they're not.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. No, yeah. Like with Luna having the title of world's smartest person on the planet, like world's smartest person, then
But no,
I feel like
that's a good topic to talk about. Is that Luna, White Fox weren't well known Marvel characters, but when it comes to unseriousness and goofy characters, those characters don't come into the conversation at all. Even though one can teleport. I mean, the amount of
yeah, Black Cat.
value.
Yeah, are these people complaining about Black Cat at all by any chance?
No. The DPS that are absolutely thriving on spamming that shop are not
Yeah,
complaining about Devil
of
Dinosaur.
course. So they'll complain about Devil Dinosaur, but they won't complain about the fact that Black Cat has literally been given a power set.
A power
She's
set of
just been
unlimited
given
cooldowns. As long as
powers.
she gets kills, like she can just spam.
Yeah.
Like there's a 2 second cooldown on the shop. Like that, a 2 second cooldown for something where you can go invisible, teleport, see through walls. A 2 second cooldown for wall hacks is insane.
That.
I mean, I get Daredevil.
You
has
know
a
what? See what I mean? I feel
wall
like
hack.
there's such stupid, biased complaints that
Yeah.
they're like they mean absolutely. They hold no weight. Their complaints about this about Devil Dinosaur. Us as tanks finally get a decent tank. I mean, Vanguard tank pool when he first came out is pretty good to be fair, but like I feel like
But everyone got
Devil
that.
Dinosaur has been like the first. In fact, no, Emma was probably the first one, but like Devil Dinosaur was like is like we've been waiting for a tank who's actually really, really good
Yeah, I feel like the goal with Devil Dinosaur was to make a viable
and
solo
fun.
tank.
He's so
Yeah,
fun to
a
use.
viable and fun solo tank. But then
Although
in
something I have noticed along with side solo tanking, I have to if I don't want a solo tank, I have to let someone else be
Devil
Devil
Dinosaur,
Dino.
yeah.
I've always noticed that, like, because I've gone to be Devil
But if you
Dino,
go
make
Devil
sure I got it
Dinosaur,
first.
nobody's gonna give you a second tank.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've tried to do that before, where I've gone to Devil Dino, and then someone else has tried it before. Then they've just gone to DPS. So then I've gone on to Cap or Mag or whatever, and then they've gone on to Devil Dino. But
What
most
do you
of the time
think?
nowadays, I'm just waiting for someone else to pick Devil Dino so that I can then pick someone else.
Yeah, what do you think the amount
Unless
of
someone
heals it
wins.
takes him? Like, what do you think of that? Because it is quite hard to keep him up, especially with him being such a big target, which is like the entire enemy team is going to be fucking rinsed, like laying into you. So the healers just have to focus you for a good while until you're in the clear, until you at least start picking them off.
I wonder if it's gonna help having the hopefully to try and push the 3-3 comp strategy more
Maybe.
composition.
I think what
Three
it
no
would
three tanks, three
require,
healers.
I think if they were to like nerf something in his kit in next season, but then give him a team up to make up for it, I think that would kind of balance him out a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean,
Like a resistance team up, like just something
yeah.
to negate the amount of damage. Because like the shield is 400, the overshield can negate the damage, but it's just something that lets you get in close. I think because the beam is really overpowered, and you want to save that. But when you're trying to get in close, you
I
have
mean, the
no other
beam
choice
runs
but
out really quickly.
exactly, and you have
So
no
what
other
if
choice.
you? Because I think as well, if you make the beam, if you extend the length of the beam, but keep the speed at which it depletes, people are going to use and waste it more often.
Yeah, no, I think the beam's fine. I think the
So I
beam
feel like
works really
that would
well.
be a good balance type thing because I mean, to be fair, I do see a lot of people wasting it anyway.
Yeah. No, I
But there
think
is a lot of
both.
there is a lot of also, like a lot of misjudgments.
I think the only reason why I'm saying this is because of the Lord grind, and I was playing him into compositions that he wasn't suited in, so it was a massive struggle just for me to get in close.
Yeah.
But they created that composition in order to make sure I didn't get in close. So it's like it's hard to say how to fix that because they've played the right characters in order to make sure I don't get any value. I've still found ways to get value in that match regardless. So the fact that I'm able to do that means that the character is fairly balanced. Is that even against his counters, I'm able to.
Yeah. Does that not make him more OP than balanced?
No, no,
If
no,
he's if you can
because
if you can do well against the characters that are meant to
I didn't
counter
say I
him.
was doing well. I just say I was getting value. Like I was going
Okay.
neutral. Like I was
Yeah.
able to tank, but I wasn't able to play.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
Just trying to ruin our shot.
Yeah.
Cheers,
But
buddy.
I think it's the sofa that stopped him because he did it outside behind a wall.
Yeah. I don't know what can I take from my Lord grind because basically the start of season 8 was me trying to restore my own balance of being Lord Tank. So I played Devil Dinosaur into a lot of comps. I played him with a lot of comps. Punisher, Phoenix, Moon Knight. Those are the things that I'd probably want to ban if you were playing in competitive. If you wanted to have like an easy time on Devil Dinosaur, but it's not to say that.
Yeah. I say Hella's been nerfed, so she might be worth looking at not focusing on less
Yeah, I
with
mean,
bans and
see the
stuff.
fact that the Devil Dinosaur still takes critical headshots means that Hela still finds a better value against me.
Yeah.
But as long as you can
Actually.
kind of close the gap, like he's very brawl heavy. So this season 8 is a brawl season. Um, yet Rogue's doing well only because of the Gambit team up. But then Gambit's doing too well based on his ultimate, and even though they've tried to nerf it in season since season 5 when he came out, it's just not worked. It's still like, especially in high level play, it's broken. I mean, it's so broken that probably my first game of season 8, somebody banged like they banged Gambit that somebody was like Lord on. I don't even think they were even Lord. They just wanted to play Gambit and they just threw my game because they wanted to play Gambit. Oh, that's a
Yeah,
nice
that does
chair.
happen. I have experienced that.
It's a very fancy chair.
Like, yeah, that is real good. And he's Magneto as well.
Yeah, it's probably
That's
just
so
chilling,
good.
man.
Thanks for the sword, Mag. There's the new
Talking about the
map.
pro. Yeah,
Did
the
we
new
talk about
match
that already?
rubbish. Yeah, yeah. The do match. The fact that they brought it out as a do match map is kind of shit. Like I guarantee there's probably more people playing Annihilation than there is Doom match.
Yeah.
So
I'm
if
gonna
they were,
try it out. Just literally, I'm only not to like actually try, just to fucking look around the map. Because
we could
apparently,
we could take the tank talk over into the map.
Lunella is you can talk to Lunella. It's one of the achievements. There's a couple achievement things. There's one to do. There's like a musical challenge, and there's a thing where you can talk to Moon Girl.
Oh, very
Lunella
nice.
Lafayette.
Okay, so yeah,
Apparently, Blood Hunt has had some rebalances.
yeah, there's
They've
loads of
raised the nightmare
changes.
difficulty cap.
200, yeah.
Yeah.
So that goes up to 200. I
I'm
guess we
sure
talk
it's
about Cyclops. What I was actually going to say about Devil Dinosaur as well is that the laser breath, I think that was just to satisfy tanks because we weren't going to get Cyclops.
maybe, maybe. Imagine.
I mean, I don't know how I
But it
feel.
could potentially have been a test. You know, they brought because everybody's more hyped for Cyclops. They've given Devil Dino his normal beam, and they've used the Devil Dino because he's got a beam as the tester, so that they can see if how well it can work.
Yeah.
Even though Scott's is probably going to need to be able to go like a lot further.
Yeah. I think.
I wonder if he's going to be. Do you reckon he's going to be able to, drop flyers
Oh yeah,
like
for
how
sure.
Devil Dino can? Can be
Yeah,
like an
but
anti-flyer.
I don't think it'll be a shoot and drop down. I think it'll be a beam that will maybe not insta kill, but do a fair bit of damage to just get rid of them.
I reckon he'll have a pushback. Do you reckon some of his abilities? What do you reckon they'll be?
Ooh,
He'll have
yeah.
a pushback one. Where do you reckon he'll have one where? Surely he'll have one where he can if he looks down, then he'll jump up. Like how Punisher with his smoke grenade.
Oh yeah. I think
But
there
like
will
with
be
his
ability
beams,
like that.
and I reckon he'll also have like a push like Invisible Woman's push. I really want him to be a tank. He
Really,
deserves to be a tank.
I'm on the side. I don't want him to be a tank.
Like, because I mean, like it makes the. I know that there's not been a DPS for a while. I guess you could say, but also, I mean, last season there was DPS. Yeah, there has been.
There's not been a
We do
strategist in a
need
while.
more strategists and more tanks, and it doesn't make sense to have him as a strategist. And they've even mentioned in the lore
why
that it
doesn't
is
it make
still
sense to have
put
him
the
as
punch
strategist?
dimension, and the only difference to the Chronovium is that is now punch Chronovium, meaning surely that doesn't mean that the.
No, but what makes you think that he shouldn't be a strategist though? Like, because I get that.
Because nothing about what he does or what equipment he's ever used has ever really been
That's
for
not true.
medical purposes.
Yeah, maybe not medical purposes, but strategy.
Yeah.
Most well known for strategy in Marvel.
I mean, yeah, but you could say the same about Captain America for the Avengers, which then ties Scott in better with tanks, especially since he is the leader of the X-Men. He's the biggest protector out of probably he's one of the leadership qualities, like wanting to protect his own, is one of his major qualities. And if she had to fight,
let's
she
play
would
this
fight.
out. So, you are for Cyclops being a tank. I'm against Cyclops being a tank. I'll tell you the reasons why I don't think he should be a tank. And the aim is to make people want to tank more. And so, like, if you create more like movement heavy characters, the formation just goes out the window. Like, we only know that Cap works that way because people have figured out ways to make him work, and then he's been like nerfed and buffed to fit that playstyle. But he was never this good off the bat. Trying to encourage, because look at Angela. Angela is very movement heavy, like you say, and she isn't part of the front line. She's a diver that goes off on her own.
Yeah, innit? A flying tank.
Yeah, but it just, I don't think it.
I don't see it to be out of the realms of possibility. Considering he's also like when you watch X-Men '97, he does use his beams to move around a lot.
Yeah, but I think the release of characters like Angela contradicts what they want for the game. Is they want you to play as a team, but then they're creating a character that can fly off and just go off and do her own thing. And like the only time where I found that she gets the most value is diving the back line and then pushing up to your team that way. But
yeah, I mean, I see a lot of useful Angelas, like they'll work with the team by going up and dealing with flyers.
Yeah, but it still took it breaks
like Doctor Strange is also able to.
Is that like one of the
yeah. Well, again, it makes it interesting, so that the enemy team is able to break the formation, and it means that there's not always, unless you're really really good at the game, then like you can break an enemy's formation. It just increases all of those different unique scenarios, the chances of unique scenarios happening within the game.
Yeah,
I find that fun.
I do. I find it fun as well, and I think if you have a team, where everyone's really good at their character and they can like look after themselves and get value and get kills, and they don't need a formation, because if there's no formation, then they can't break the formation at all, and then they just don't know what to do. Whereas if they want more team play and they want people to work together more, they need formation. Like I was just gonna say
that makes it so having. I was gonna say that makes adding an extra tank, even if you don't really have, if it just changes like whatchamacallit, play style, his abilities or whatever. Like you can still have an extra tank, add it in, and it would make the formations more fair.
See,
because because it starts to become a more equal amount of characters on either side and different abilities for each one.
every play style, every formation, every counter, I feel like he's in a good spot right now. Like, I can confidently pick each tank for each different character to know where I get value. And I think if we put Cyclops in the tank role, he's either going to do one of two things. He's either going to be less playable than another tank that can do the job better, or he's going to be so good that every other tank is made redundant. That's the problem I'm looking at.
Yeah, I can see that happening, to be honest.
And
You do make a fair point. But again, like, we don't fully know that for certain until the character comes out.
Yeah, I know, but
And I just think when he comes out as a DPS, it's not gonna go well for us tanks.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he's gonna be able to have critical hits?
Hard. Oh yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be able to. Oh, you think?
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna be like, like one long beam. I don't think he's gonna be able to, like, how Iron Man. I don't think he when you hit him with the beam. Is that the same? No, I don't think Iron Man does critical hits, doesn't he?
Yeah. Emma doesn't do critical hits. That's who you
I just thought it was because, like, that's the one.
If he gets made a DPS or a healer, he'll have critical. Wait, no, Jeff can't get crits either.
No.
No, so if he gets made a DPS, I think he'll have critical hits. But I think if he gets made tank or healer, he won't be able to. But no, I generally think if he gets put into the tank role, he'll make or break the tank role. Whereas if I see him, I feel like there's a lot more possibilities and like a lot more versatility if he gets put in the other roles. Whereas I think it'll just be one way or another if he gets put in the tank role.
I suppose. Although it gives them the chance to, like, it gives them an opportunity to, like you were saying, make or break the tank role. So if they do make like a really good and balanced kit for him, it just increases the, like what they were saying with like 222 gets the highest win rate, doesn't it? Even though it's not the highest pick rate, it's the highest win rate.
Yeah, no, it is the highest win rate. It is the by far the most reliable and most played.
Yeah, but it's not the most. Wait, is it the most played? It's the most won, but is it the most played?
Yeah, it's the most played.
Because I barely ever see it. It's either one tank, two healers, the rest are DPS, or one tank, one healer, and the rest are DPS.
Yeah, but when I say
80% of the time, that's what probably like 70% of the time, that's what I see.
When I say make or break the tank roll, though, like I mean like it will make it so Cyclops is either the only playable in the category, or he's just not playable at all. And I don't think I want either of those.
No, I that's definitely not. It's not what's gonna make the game good. Yeah. It is that would be what would. That's like a tactic you use to bring people to that character specifically. But just them being a new character should bring them in.
You know what I would want to see? I will compromise with you on this. Is okay, so it's a strategist, right? We have. Okay, what if it was more like I mean I know it's hard to say because it's like invis, but so we have hybrids, right? We have Mr. Fantastic, this DPS that can be played like a tank. We've got Storm that is a DPS that can be played as like a sustain. We've got Luna that can be played as like a DPS. And then you've got Penny that can even heal in the tank category. So like I think if we were to get a hybrid role for Cyclops, that would fit a lot more into the game and satisfy a lot, like not only just one category.
I could deal with that, yeah. Like fitting in with Wolverine, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, or yeah, even like
Iron
Wolverine
Fist.
though, Wolverine, Iron Fist, or like Daredevil, where it's like they have a job where it's like they get certain value against certain compositions. Like for example, if you play Wolverine into 3 tank
a tank heavy composition.
Yeah, 3 triple tank, then you're gonna do really well and you're gonna get loads of value. but I don't know what it would be that's missing from the game that needs a character that can stop. Because I feel like that's what they did when they added Devil Dinosaur, is they've added a character that can shit on Dive. Like, we're not seeing Dive as much this season, even though Dive has dominated multiple seasons. And that's just strictly based on the bleed effect, the grapple with the bite, the shield, and even the sort of like damage that he can do with his primary and his like melee, where he can you can get behind him and get in front of him, and it's like this rotation. Like I've caught Spider-Man in the sky, like by beaming him and then following up with like a leaf onto him, and then boom, I've just caught a Spider-Man. I think they know what they're gonna do with him based on the fact that they've released Devil Dinosaur first to kind of make us satisfied on. Like, they've satisfied us without satisfying us, you know what I mean? Like, everyone wants Cyclops,
Yeah.
everyone's excited for that character. But the reality is, the problem of the game was that Dive was too heavy. So then they've, like, lightened Dive before they bring in Cyclops.
Possibly, because I can imagine Cyclops being a Dive character as well.
You think he's what? Do you not think he's going to be Poke? Poke is like...
He's a front... I mean, yeah, his character... Like in comics and animation stuff, like in everywhere else, he is a frontliner.
Yeah, but he's
I can imagine them, I can imagine them making his kit favorable towards Dive.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at just what we know about his kit, which his primary fighter is the laser beam, that's Poke. But then we've seen his movement in the trailers, and we know his movement from like the comics, where it's like he can use that Poke to like dive essentially, to like basically be untouchable.
Yeah, exactly.
Like obviously he's not gonna be fast as like BP, but he could be as fast as like Daredevil or Spider-Man. Actually, I mean,
Spider-Man's the fastest in the game.
Yeah, Spider-Man in the swing.
The only reason BP is like mega fast for some for players is because of the they'll increase their sensitivity as well.
Yeah.
So that they can turn around really quickly and use it again. But if you ain't got your sensitivity increased, then you're not going to be able to use it, put it off as quick.
No, yeah, I agree. Oh, but I guess we'll move on because I've not got a lot of time. Storyline this season, Alchemax. They've created like evil versions of X-Men. Now you've seen the Gambit skin.
Yeah, I didn't know that they were clones. Yeah, they've got Wolverine, Gambit. Who else now? I've seen like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Rogue, I think. I don't know if Rogue's skin has actually come out, but I've seen like the artwork of clone Rogue.
Yeah. But no, the Alchemax storyline, I'm interested to see where it goes. It's like this combination of like 2099 and X-Men. So obviously we've seen.
I wonder.
Sorry, we've seen like Daredevil and like Punisher as well in like the 2099. Like Captain America's from this 2099 universe as well.
Yeah, this is his universe, isn't it?
Mm.
So I wonder if at some point soon, though, his last comic section will come out, because both of his he's not both 2 out of 3 of the comic lore.
Wasn't there a conflict in the wasn't there a comic book storyline where Cap went up against the X-Men?
There's kind of a few of them, to be fair, because the writers don't seem to. Some do, but a lot of writers in comics tend to, whenever they put Captain America in an X-Men comic, he tends to be on the side of the government and against the X-Men, and he ends up pushing all of their like whatchamacallit, like their fucking agendas, basically.
Yeah.
It's never fun watching, but like I say, some do write him to be how he probably would be, but a lot of people don't write Captain America well when he's inside an X-Men comic. But outside of X-Men comics, he's all right.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned for the season 8 lore video. I think we'll do that as a separate video.
Actually, there was a time where there is I think it's a different timeline, but essentially there was like where the Avengers were out hunting specifically mutants. That was like their whole ordeal basically. They didn't work well together as a team, but like yeah, Captain America was leading this like version of the Avengers where they were going out hunting and killing mutants. And like there's like a moment where Sue Storm, they're harboring a couple of mutants that end up attacking Valerie and Frank. So she ends up giving up the rest of the family up to the government and stuff.
I think we'll link them two together. So we spoke about Cyclops. Obviously, in this new map, we've seen that Cyclops is like this kind of like centerpiece reactor. What do you think is going to happen in the storyline for season 8.5 or even season 9? How do you think how we're going to get Cyclops out? And do you think he'll be changed from this like being like a battery?
Well, we've seen that the plan is they're going to try and use Deadpool and Devil Dinosaur to get in there. And then there's that little technology device that Mr. Fantastic has created, and that Moon Girl, and Moon Girl she's gonna fix that up to make sure that it's portable enough to use inside the Alchemax tower.
Well, then they use that to break him out in his kit of like being a strategist.
Oh yeah, you know what time it is, kids.
I've got dual to end it on.
What, Cyclops' ultimate?
No, not Cyclops. Gambit.
Oh yeah.
I think everything else is perfect.
I do kind of agree with that, to be fair.
With the Gambit.
I really like it though. Whenever he's on my team. Oh, where's he gone? Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, turret. There we go. Turret mode. You can use that turret to destroy the thing and get close to her. Because he's definitely got less health if that ring comes down. Why did he do that? What is he doing? He could have destroyed the turret. Oh, I don't think this Punisher... Oh, never mind. Maybe not. Oh, don't get cocky, Frank. Yeah, no, he doesn't know what he was doing. He should have fucking destroyed the... He should have definitely destroyed the...
Oh, my game
nest.
crashed.
Oh, and so did mine.
As if a game crashed from that. What about the fact that they didn't add Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and they just added Devil Dinosaur?
I guess kind of confused. I didn't really like before when I was talking about the code of conduct. I didn't know about that before when Moon Girl wasn't added. And obviously, I saw about her being. Obviously, she's supposed to be like the child prodigy. They can't really change that for that into the game, and they can't really have kids dying in a video game. Like, you think about how many video games there are that have children being allowed to be like actively killed by a playable character. There are basically none.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen.
Time travel is a thing. Time travel is the thing in the universe, but also they might want to wait.
Her artwork, and she's been introduced, and all of her artwork as a child.
Yeah, but time travel can still happen.
And a voice line as well.
Or she could grow up with the game, you know? She could be a season 20 character or a season 30 character.
That's true. Like season 9.5 maybe. I don't know when they're gonna how old or how far the years are gonna progress or whatever, like, but
I think they just let her comic books progress, really. I think they just let her age a bit in the comics and then add more abilities, more experience onto her character, and then that way they have more to work with if they are to create her as a character.
That could work.
I don't know. I'm trying to think what the thought process is behind it, because like we were saying, like, yes, no kid has to die, but there's nothing stopping them from adding her in as like an animation where she might not die. She might just like evaporate the moment you die, and then she'll like reappear the moment you spawn.
Yeah, like
almost like a teleport.
say if she's got some type of, because obviously she's the smartest character on the planet, so she could have invented some type of indestructible device that none of the playable characters can actually damage, so that when Devil Dino dies, she'll press some digits into some type of device that she's invented and teleport back to spawn, waiting for Devil Dino.
Exactly. So they are capable of doing that, and that's what makes me think that they want to use her as a character for the future, instead of just adding her in as an animation or like an additional piece to Devil Dinosaur.
Yeah. So do you not reckon, or if she's going to become an additional piece, do you reckon that in that case she could be added alongside Cyclops
Maybe
instead
not
of, because obviously
Cyclops.
she's
I
not a
think
proper full character to play as. She's just being added as an accessory essentially with animations to Devil Dino.
either they're saving her for the future, and I don't know how far in the future, future seasons for characters, or they want to make her into a story-based character. Is that they want more
Yeah.
characters like Galacta that can kind of create a narrative for the game and sort of feed information to us.
Yeah, I can see that happening as well. That seems to be the how it's going so far. Oop,
Yeah.
so far.
Like, I'd understand people's outrage, like, it's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, if they just didn't, they just pretended like Moon Girl didn't exist, and then they were just like, hey, there's a dinosaur. But they didn't do that. They were like, everything that comes with Devil Dinosaur comes with Moon Girl, like, especially in what we've read. It's just not a lot of people pay attention to that. So they just see the in game, there's no Moon Girl, kick off, and then find something else to kick off about next time. But I don't know. Is there any other characters like Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur? Do you think that they'll try and separate to?
I mean, we have seen that, you know, every now and again there are other characters in spawn rooms that you can talk to, like one of the spider women.
Do you think they're gonna add any Spider-Man variants into the game, or do you think that they're just gonna reskin him?
I hope they definitely should add variants. There are some that can
Miles
just be
Morales,
reskins,
for sure.
but
Miles
yeah,
Morales
Miles
needs to be his own
Morales is not a
character.
reskin. He is a separate character.
Yeah, he's got his own abilities. He's got
Yeah,
like
completely different
his own personality.
abilities.
Whereas like some
You
of
could
the
argue
other,
that Spider-Man 2099, he's also a completely different character
yeah, he doesn't have the classic Spider-Man ability.
because they've got female Loki. Would they have Spider Gwen as a Spider-Man recolor reskin?
They could do that, but I just think they'd do Spider Woman
You know, like for
instead.
Lord. I feel like the same goes. Do you reckon the same goes for Venom style characters, the symbiotes?
No,
Because they
I
do.
mean
Some of them do have very similar abilities,
abilities. Yeah, I
but then a
think
lot of them are actually quite different
I
at the
think
same time.
a symbiote provides versatility. So if they were to create, like for example, if they were to do Carnage, it opens up the doors to not only create new abilities with the symbiote, but also create new playstyles for each class. So like Carnage would be
Yeah,
DPS.
I can imagine. For some reason, I imagine like it'd be a similar-ish to Venom's ultimate, but instead of biting upwards, it's like a massive it goes underground, and then like massive red tendrils like spikes pop out of the ground,
Yeah,
or
that'd
like a
be
massive
cool.
AOE thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should just add symbiote characters as their own characters, but then certain exceptions like Riot. I feel like Riot could be a legendary skin instead of being his own character.
Yeah,
Just because Venom's a
that would be
tank in this
cool.
game.
I don't even know how they would make a symbiote healer. I feel like they would just have to do what they did with like Rogue, um, where they use the Chronovium as like it's messed with their DNA, and now they've got extra abilities.
Yeah. No, I think there's ways around it, but I don't know. I think the main thing that I want to go over to is a topic that I always want to discuss when it comes to rivals. There's no fucking rivals in rivals. Like we're just
Yeah,
getting more and more heroes. Like we got Black Cat, and so they added a
I
villain, but
need Green
then
Goblin.
the villain's broken.
A lot of the quote unquote villains in this game are actually like more sympathized with.
Yeah,
Like you
exactly.
could
Like
argue
Mag's not even a
Magneto's less of a villain
villain.
now.
Yeah, and Loki as well.
Yeah, Loki, especially in the TV shows and stuff, he's been a bit more redeemed.
We got X-Men 97 season
I
2
mean,
coming out July
Magneto with
1st.
just in as a character in general, like in the comics, he has just become because of what he like writers over time have become a lot more nuanced in the stories that they tell. So when it comes to, and especially when it comes to writing Magneto, they tend to is just to see all of mutant kind safe. It's just everything about the way he goes about it is just really terrible, and it's because of the way he suffered at the hands of humanity. And like, he not only is he Jewish, he's a mutant. So yeah, he got saved. He may have been saved and liberated from the Jewish camps, but mutants were still outlawed. So just like with gay people in real life, when the Jewish people and all those people and everyone was liberated from the camps, everybody with like the gay people or everybody that was known to be a mutant was as it crashed for you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, everybody that was known to be a mutant was still outlawed. So it's like Magneto has always been an outcast. He wasn't liberated. Only certain people were liberated. So his story has become a bit more sympathetic, and he's always become like less of a villain over time.
Yeah. No, I
And
get
if
that.
you remember, there's the storyline where Xavier dies and Magneto takes over.
Yeah, no, that's
Like
what we're
they
talking
may
about.
have been
X-Men
massive
97,
rivals,
season
but he
2, July
respected
1st.
Xavier and he respected Xavier's vision. But that's crazy. I can't believe it fucking crashed
Yeah, no, come on,
again
rival.
in the middle of a fight.
I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it. The ruin our tank talk for us. Rivals, what's this about? Where we
Yeah,
can't just sit down and watch a duel, man. Come on, Nate.
and if it
What are we
happened
playing at?
once, we could have just let it slide.
You could have let it slide. But I'm showing the footage both times now. I was gonna cut it out.
Yeah.
But what villains need to be in this game to create rivals? Because like right now,
Doctor Doom needs to be a playable character for sure.
Yeah, but we're getting him December. Like what's so we got. So rest of May.
Would you say
we'll
Thanos?
get- I think Thanos is too big of a villain to add right away. I know Doom is probably one of the bigger villains, and I think adding two massive villains.
Doom
like
is
that,
the main villain of this Marvel Rivals storyline, isn't he?
he's the main
the one
villain
that's
of
been
Marvel.
going
in my
around.
opinion.
He's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know about the main villain in Marvel.
Who's a bigger villain in Marvel
But
than Doom?
I guess it depends on what your perspective of a villain could be. Because I mean, you got the one below all, and he is that there is no villain that is more powerful. There isn't no bad guy that is more powerful than the one below all. And it's where Hulk gets his like powers from, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like you've got the one above all, which is like the top of the top of the top, and there's the one below all, which is obviously the complete opposite of that. Even the Phoenix is less powerful than the one above all.
I just think when it comes to every other hero, like every hero in this game, a villain that they'd have to go up against is Doom. Even people like Magneto and Hela. Alright, we don't have to fight if you don't wanna.
I wasn't expecting to. I thought we were just in there. I'm
Yeah,
literally right with Lunella.
Oh, they got like a analysis of Angela's DNA in the Alchemax headquarters. But no, even so like another lesser known character that they've added is Angela as well, and she's done actually quite well. So like it's not even about lesser known characters that the pros are playing off. It's just straight up goofy playstyle characters.
Oh. Luna, she's right here, Devil.
Oh no. Nice challenge.
So she's already escaped.
Yeah.
And she's did you hear what the line just said then?
What?
That she damaged she like messed up with the what is it now? She literally just said it. That she said she literally just said it. What was it now? She said that she's messed with the Alchemax security so that we can break her inside. So that means she has managed to escape from whatever prison she was in. So where's Cyclops?
Where's Rocket when you need him?
But this is what he's powering.
Yeah, so
it goes all the way down here.
He is quite bulky.
It's going both ways.
People think he's going to be a tank as well. Like
there's like it's going both ways. There's a weird. Oh my god, that's what it is.
Oh, yeah. Going way, way down.
Oh, I didn't even. Damn, I messed it up. I didn't. And when I was talking about that musical challenge that there is, it just came on for me now, and I wasn't able to fully do it. Oh, is this another one? This is crazy. I like this map. This is cool.
I just think it's wasted based on it being Doom Match.
Yeah.
No one plays Doom Match. If this shows up in the practice Doom Match, I'll be happy.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Because like obviously that's something I'll do to kill time in between like waiting for con matches and just like waiting for you guys to join. So if it was on this map, it'd be quite fun.
Spider-Man is wanted. Oh, that's not our Spider-Man. That's not our in-game Spider-Man.
What is it, 2099?
Yeah. And if you remember, 2099 is the son of the guy who owns Alchemax.
Yeah.
And does he know that it's his son?
Oh come on, I got 7. Another thing about Devil Dinosaur is he doesn't quite get up jump pads. I've noticed that. Like he doesn't quite fully get there to the jump pad.
Talent, organic webbing, web wings, identification unknown, superhuman attributes. Organic webbing.
Would be quite funny, especially if they do like a Spider-Man season. Like if they do a storyline with Spidey.
Yeah. Carnage would also be a good one to add. Like we were talking about earlier with the symbiotes.
Yeah, maybe some more symbiotes. Cause like out of all the symbiotes, the only one
Sabretooth.
But now I feel like there just needs to be someone like Ultron. Ultron was a good villain to add. Like if they kept that up, I think we'd be at a point where there would be as many rivals.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that
Ultron was a good addition.
Yeah. Do you think it takes away from Ultron the fact that he's not the actual Ultron, but he was still created in the same way that Ultron was created?
I guess so, because he's technically on the side of the heroes now and not really much of a villain.
The way they just fight.
Well, how are they going to introduce any villain? In that case, like Green Goblin, can they introduce Green Goblin? Because I'm pretty sure he would just love to see all these heroes perish. Like he wouldn't help them.
No, well, I mean the same.
Unless they found a way for it to benefit him.
Like our Ultron, obviously he was created in the same way that Ultron was made. He was just created with the purpose of defeating Ultron, but he still has the same like ideals and like thoughts about like Tony Stark, for example, and everything that makes Ultron Ultron. He still has. It's just the way he was created was just for rivals, so then he could be like have heal drones and so on. But now I am curious to see them just add more villains, like and not even in like I think they should just give up on those kind of trying to justify them as part of like if you really think about it, no villain that we've had in any of the seasons has been a playable character. Like we were saying with Ultron, like he was a replica of the Ultron that was the villain of season 2. He wasn't the actual Ultron. So like I think they should just stop with the trying to make sure that the villains are part of the maps and stuff. Like make us part of the story. We want to be the story. Like you want to create a story for the players. Make us part of the story. Right now they're just making it so we witness the villains. Actually playing as them. I think that's what they need to change going forward. They need to stop worrying about like having this immersive experience for all the players to be looking at the villain, and actually just let one of the players become the villain.
Yeah, I do agree. It would make it a lot more interesting and a lot more. Like, I do think it would bring more players in, and it would even increase the type. I feel like it could even increase the type of what is it now? The kind of content that could be out there, like the more like story-based, interactive type of content.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wanted what I wanted Avengers game mode to be, which was like one Loki versus like six, but then he has like his own armada to like kind of command and. Oh, the only Dino MVP I've been able to get. So there's one. I wouldn't say that one's as good as that one. 8 finals, but then again, he had the 14 final hit. This one, where I've got 12 final hits, 27 kills, 3 deaths, 15 assists, and 26,000 damage bonus. I got no MVP for that, even though the DPS, the MVP, got 8 final hits, and she only got 24 kills and got 15 assists. Oh, this is a
I hope
really
we've been
good shot
informative.
down. Yeah, I hope we've opened up the conversation to you know start creating the game that we want. Like rivals know exactly what they're doing. I trust what they're capable of. I just think they're trying to appeal to too many at once. I think they just need to appeal to their name. Like just create rivalry. I think rivalry can be beneficial, and I think when we're left rivaling the balance or the characters, or like this character's too strong and this is too weak and so on. When we're left rivaling the devs on what we want, I think we lose sight of what makes the game so fun, which is rivaling each other. So I think they just need to feed into that ideal with what they release. And I hope they do that
Yeah.
with Cyclops as well, is that I hope they see what's most played, what's most dominant, and then they cater Cyclops to counteract that and to create that rivalry to face that thing down and stop it from being as prominent. And then we can try a new meta, and I'm curious to see if he's going to be Brawl like Devil Dino, or if they'll add in a different playstyle. Like because what's strongest against Brawl? Poke. What can Cyclops do? Laser poke. So I'm
Yeah,
curious to see
definitely.
if we're gonna get a fine balance between Brawl and Poke, or if it's just gonna be a Poke heavy season. Because if then Poke becomes heavy, then Dive is back, and it's like it's this constant cycle. And I think we need to embrace that instead of being like this season needs to be Brawl or this season needs to be Dive. I think the they're all made to counteract each other. They're all meant to rival each other. So
Yeah. No
characters
matter
should
what, as well, I'll always be using. I mean, I have been using
Yeah, I
his
mean,
Lord. His Lord icon is so cool. It's probably one of the coolest Lord icons they've added so far. It would have been so cool if that was the character, the one that's in the Lord screen.
yeah. But no, I'm glad that Devil Dinosaur's also made his place in Rivals, and he's kind of got his value, despite what the pros say. I think the thing that sets us apart from other hero shooters as well, is versatility. So I do hope that they make Cyclops very versatile, so then people can embrace that versatility. Because everyone seems to be stuck in thinking, oh well, I'm champion on this character, I'm one trick in that, but they only get so far because the game is made to try and be flexible. But that was all we've covered everything that we wanted to cover. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on some of the topics that we've covered today, or let us know topics that we could cover in the future that you'd like to know our thoughts of. Because obviously we like to just talk to each other. We could do this all day. Oh, sorry, I saw your line.
Good. Called you a
Oh
bastard, but
no.
I was muted.
But yeah, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. We're gonna
Dracula can do the Eternal. I'd say
Indeed.
Emma would do the Hellfire Gala. Null would do the Abyss Awaken.
All right, we'll talk about this off screen. We're still recording. We're trying to wrap things up.
Dragon would do the Heart of the Dragon.
Let's stop. Cause I'm just gonna
Grandmaster
cut
would
this all
do
out.
Lovers of Battlefield.
You're giving out all of our. You're giving out the ideas, right?
Cut it out. Well, I want
Stop
you
showing
to
them behind the curtain.
I reckon with the whole maybe Dad, Squirrel Girl. I reckon for the whole.
Yeah.
And then the
No, we'll do that
collector,
next time we hop
put
on.
that at the museum.
We'll do that next time we hop
And then
on.
Blade. And then.
Thank you for watching, True Believers, and always remember to Excelsior.
Always upward.
Charge forward. Don't look back. Excelsior.
Excelsior!